Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, YouTube family? It's been a little minute. Figured I'll come to you guys with a little live video, man. Like you can tell by the title, you gotta keep them cool. Gotta keep them cool. I normally come out here like depending on what my work schedule is, if I'm home, especially on my off days, I'm out here probably like every hour and a half, every 2 hours. Just coming out here with this water hose and just soaking them down, man. Anybody who has ever owned a Rottweiler before, you know these dogs love water, man. You know they love water. But you got to keep them cool, man. You got to keep them cool. You got to keep them cool. And you got to check on them throughout the day. Dollar is the type of dog, if he get too hot, he gonna stand in his water bucket. He maybe even try to flip it over. So you got to constantly check on these dogs. Make sure that they have fresh water, especially in this heat. As of right now, we're still building. We're still a young and up and coming kennel. So we don't have an inside setup for our animals. We do not have a normally inside setup for our animals. Of course, when we're dealing with severe weather like tropical storms, hurricanes, I bring my animals in. But for majority of the time, our animals are outside. So with that being said, you got to do what you got to do to make sure your animals stay safe, man. It's hot down here in Florida, man. You don't do nothing but come out here with this water hose every hour and 30 minutes, 2 hours, and just check on them. Make sure everything nice and clean. Just make sure, you give them a cool rinse off. This ain't nothing too crazy, but trust me, this makes a big, big difference for your animals, man. This makes a big, big difference. One of the main reasons why I did not eliminate the trees behind my animals' kennels, so the trees will keep them in that shade. Down south is very important. Wherever you put your kennels in the yard, you want to make sure it's a nice shaded area. Want to make sure it's a nice shaded area. Yeah, this is what it's all about, man. Making sure these animals are all right. Making sure they nice and cool. This is what we do it for, man. Dollar Bill, what's up, boy? Yeah, Dollar love water. Dollar can play in water all day. Right now it's the heat of the day, so I don't let them run free. Normally when I let them run free late in the afternoon, they go take a swim in our pond. But in the heat of the day, I try to preserve their energy. I try to preserve their energy as much as I can. So this right here, they still get wet. Only difference is they not in the pond. I'm out here with my old handy dandy water hose, man. In this dog game, you got to do what you can do. You feel me? Don't compare your yard. Don't compare your setup to nobody else. You got some people state-of-the-art kennels. At the end of the day, that's what we working. That's what we working towards. That's what we're striving to get to. But until then, we still gonna make sure our animals are nice and safe. We still gonna make sure they're nice and safe. Y'all see that boy Zook? Zook the man of the year this year, man. Started off the year with his first litter, January 13th. Zook done had 4 litters this year, man. Zook done had 4 litters this year, so he's everything he's supposed to be. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Out of all my animals, Lotto is the only one that doesn't really like the water that much. She really doesn't like it that much, so I still have to make sure I douse her down, but she don't really like it. All the other dogs, they gonna come to it. They gonna try to fight the water, lick the water, but she could really care less for it. That's Chewy right there. But yeah, man, you just gotta make sure you're keeping these animals cool. Gotta make sure you keeping them cool, man. What's up, big boy? Yeah, I come out here and just wear them down. Want to make sure you're keeping them nice and cool. Like my last video, want to make sure that you're keeping their living areas nice and sanitary, man. With that, want to make sure you're keeping it nice and sanitary. You got to make them cool, but you also got to make sure your yard remains cool. Because, man, staying in the rural area like I do, around this time of the year, you're going to start seeing snakes. Once that sand heat up, them snakes going to go wherever it's nice and cool. You're gonna start seeing them up by your window sills. You're gonna start seeing them by your front doors, back doors. So really, it's about that time to go to our local feed store and put down some sulfur and some lime. That sulfur and lime is gonna also keep the snakes away, but it's also gonna treat your yard for fleas, which we do not have here at Davis Rottweilers, but we still treat. In this heat, man, you got to make sure you're doing all those things. Keep your dogs up to date on their shots. Make sure you know you're keeping your yard nice and clean. Put down that lime. Put down that sulfur. That's going to help with fleas. It's going to keep them snakes away. Because these snakes will try to get in the kennels where it's nice and cool. And they will try to, you know what I'm saying, bite your animals. We have never had that problem because we take good care of our yard. We keep our yard nice and treated. Like I said, this is family property. I was born and raised in this house, so I just do what I seen my dad do when I was a little boy, and it works. It works with that lime, with that sulfur. It works. You can even put out them mothballs too, but I like that sulfur. It don't really have that smell like them mothballs. I like that sulfur. Well, yeah, guys, ain't nothing too crazy. Figured I'd come to you guys with a live video. We've been real busy with the landscaping, man. So I really ain't been dropping them videos like I normally do. But, you know, like I said, we're going to come to you guys with as much behind-the-scenes footage as we possibly can here at Davis Rottweilers. But if you don't get nothing from this video, guys, y'all just make sure you keep your animals cool. Make sure you keep the areas nice and sanitary, man. Like I said, guys, appreciate those of you who tuned in. Appreciate all the love and support, man. Appreciate all the love and support. It's not going to be a long video. It's just going to be a short, straight to the point little live video. Because although I'm keeping my animals cool, I'm out here sweating like a hog bear. Appreciate you guys. We'll catch you in the next live video, man. Yes, sir.